Having completed this side quest, I take joy in a job well done. Well, I was going to say, I want you to enjoy this new week as we get started here, but then I kind of went down a rabbit hole on what does the word enjoy mean? You ever think about a word so much it sort of seems weird, like a weird word? So I started thinking about what does enjoy even mean? Happy Monday, by the way. Starting off another week, and we're going to win this week together all week long. So it turns out enjoy means to take joy in, or to bring joy into yourself, or to inject joy into a situation. So I started thinking more about that, and I was kind of thinking, like, if I was to say, I hope you enjoy your week, or I hope you are enjoying the beginning of the week here, which is tough on a Monday, I know. Nobody likes Mondays. What I'm really saying is that I hope you are taking joy in the beginning of the week, or I hope you intend to or will find joy in the week, or perhaps just find joy in winning the week. You don't have to like the week itself, but maybe if you win this week, you'll take joy in that. So kind of an interesting little study on words. I tend to do that sometimes. Words mean things. Words mean things. And I sort of tend to get down a rabbit hole sometimes on the etymology of a word to sort of learn the root of it, what country it came from, what language it's from. Joy and enjoy both come from French, if you don't know. And we've been using the word joy and enjoy for almost 1,000 years in English, which is mind-numbing. So I thought it'd be a fun topic to talk about a little bit, the idea of joy, which basically means to find bliss, to find pleasure in something, or to discover a sense of rapturous bliss and overwhelming. I can't use the word enjoyment when you're describing joy, because that's like using the word is to describe is. You know, the overwhelming and over encapsulating sense of pleasure and bliss that you find in something, or that you take in something, or that you bring to a situation. That's what joy is. And it's kind of funny that that's a person's name. You know, I've known a few people named Joy over the years, and I'm sure you have too. I'm sure you heard of somebody named Joy, but how much time do we actually spend on thinking what the word means and where it comes from? So I think we'll do that for a little bit. We'll talk about joy and what it means, how to get it, especially if you're being cranky lately. If you find yourself being cranky a lot lately, and kind of turning into an angry person, there is joy out there. Joy comes in the morning. So we're gonna go on a quest together this week. Right now, my quest is to go over to Whole Foods here in town. Not because I'm gonna buy anything at Whole Foods, but because I've got this Amazon package to return. And when you click return on Amazon, it says, take it to Whole Foods. It's free. So I just run in there and hand it to them, let them scan the barcode. I had bought some office chair casters, replacement wheels for my office chair, because they're starting to get like old and gungy, and they don't roll around. Especially one of them seems to not want to turn, so it seems like I'm always going the wrong direction when I roll the chair. And replacement wheels on a chair, that'll bring you joy. Brand new wheels on an office chair, you get those nice hard rubbery ones that basically look like the wheels on inline skates. I got some really cool clear red ones. But the problem is, I forgot that I had gotten my chair at IKEA. And IKEA has a proprietary stem size for the wheels. You have to get 10 millimeter stems. The rest of the world uses 11 millimeter stems. And that 1 millimeter makes a big difference, apparently. Apparently. It's not appreciated in this establishment. So I'm taking joy in the act of returning these. I've already got the other ones I ordered are already probably arriving today. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow. Amazon's crazy. I don't know how Amazon gets you whatever you want, like today or tomorrow, same day or the next day. I don't know how they do it. I understand from I understand from my friend Justin up in Vermont that it's not like that in the rural farmland areas of the world and the country and the land. Across this land, and we shall call it this land. So if you live in a rural, countrified farmland area, you don't get the same day, next day treatment, I guess. But, you know, it's a small price to pay for living in paradise. I live in the suburbs. And my trade-off is I live in terrible traffic, congested areas. There's too many people. The town was never designed for this many folks, this many cars. We got more people than we're bursting at the seams. But I guess in return for living in such a headache-inducing suburbs is I do get Amazon stuff same day. So I got that going for me, which is nice. So, all right, so I'm in the parking lot here. This is the Home Depot. You've seen me come here before. Come on out, Broheim. I'm just going to be sitting here waiting on the people in front of me, so you got plenty of time. Come on out with your big old Tundra, Broheim. And Whole Foods is right down there at the end of this sidewalk. So I'm going to run in there, and we will figure out whatever there is to figure out. Ooh, a BMW R. Nope, I'm wrong. It's a Africa Twin. Cool. In Florida, people ride their Africa Twins with camo shorts, flip-flops, and a t-shirt, no helmet. Not your typical adventure rider gear. So, yeah, let's try and figure out what there is to figure out about the word and the concept of joy. This week, I'm going to run in and take some joy in Whole Foods, and I will talk to you in a little bit whenever I reach out and click record again on this camera. Wow, Whole Foods parking lot is jam-packified. I guess that's good for them. Whole Foodsing is our business, and business is good. Well, I am out here in the garage to change a light bulb, of all things. Just gotta move a couple things out of the way first. Anybody want to buy a 2014 Triumph Tiger 800? Give you a really good deal as a special friend. One of the ways I take a little bit of joy is in accomplishing side quests. Do you guys know about side quests? I told my wife, don't ever be afraid to ask me to do a favor or some task around the house or something, because it's a side quest. Like in a video game, it's an achievement unlocked. Never pass up on a chance to give me a side quest to accomplish, because it brings me joy to hit these achievements unlocked, to complete the side quest. This is an easy one, isn't it? Change a light bulb. You ever seen these? They're called LED corn bulbs. Obviously much bigger than a regular light bulb. It's a gigantic cylinder with just, I don't know, like 100 or so LED elements all over it. They're brighter than the sun, but they just use a regular light bulb, and they go into any light bulb outlet. Obviously too big to put the cover back on or anything like that. They are extremely bright, very good for a garage, maybe in a workbench, and they're not expensive. You get a 2-pack on Amazon for, I forget, I'll put a link in the description. These are cool. I love these things, 100%. Anywhere you need a massive amount of light, get a LED corn bulb. So I'll just put my son's Honda Rebel back where it was. Having completed this side quest, I take joy in a job well done. Hey, why don't you treat yourself? Get yourself a nice Triumph Tiger 800. You know you want one. Special deal for you. Well, let me tell you something, my beloveds. If you want to find joy, find a way to be useful. You will find joy in being a productive and useful person. You will find joy by doing something meaningful. You will take joy in being a productive and useful person, if you can find a way to help people, you will begin to experience a joy unlike anything you've ever felt in your life. Let me give you an example. This YouTube channel, for example, I am trying to be useful and helpful. I'm hoping that I'm helping people. I'm hoping that these videos are helping you. And when I say we're all gonna make it, when I say, you know, you're all part of the cool kids table and I've saved you a seat, I'm trying to encourage you. I'm trying to bring positivity, optimism, love, and joy into other people's lives. And I receive a great amount of personal joy myself from this activity, from this usefulness, from this doing of something kind, doing something good, I hope. I take a great deal of satisfaction and I receive a feeling of joy from doing what I hope is a productive. You know, you got to find your calling. You got to find how you're able to help other people. Why are you here? What's the reason why you're on the earth? They call it self-actualization, right? When you suddenly realize who you are, why you are, what you should be doing, all of that stuff. So if you can find a mission, a quest, a reason to be, you'll find joy in discovering and beginning to accomplish the mission in your life, the meaning. And if that's helping someone else, if that's providing a service, being useful, being productive somehow, you're going to find a sense of self-satisfaction and internal bliss, a type of joy that you didn't even know it existed. Well, I got to think about this a little bit more. I'm thinking that there might be other types of joy that I'm overlooking. I'm gonna have to think on this one. I'm gonna have to chew on it a little bit. Let me do that, and I will get back with you the next time I have something to share with you. The next time I reach up and hit record on this camera, okay? Well, a quick stop in Publix. I'll tell you how I'm winning my week. You know, Publix has, one of the things I like about the grocery store Publix here is they do buy one, get one, BOGO, B-O-G-O. Buy one, get one. Every week, it's a different, basically they choose different brands. So like, take for example, a frozen pizza, just to pick something at random. One week, Freschetta pizza might be a buy one, get one. $7 a pop or $6 a pop, something like that. The next week, it might be DiGiorno's. And the week after that, I don't know, Red Baron or something, right? $5 a pizza. Buy one, get one. It's always a different brand. So here's the win. If you're kind of brand agnostic like I am on a lot of things, you know, I'm not super picky on a lot of, you know, types of names of breads, beverages. There's a lot of things where there's 3 or 4 competing brands, and one of them's always going to be buy one, get one. And so I just look at whichever brand is buy one, get one, whatever I have to get that day, look on my list, like sliced baby Swiss cheese. Do I care if it's Sargento's or somebody else's or Publix brand? No, I don't care. I'm not that wrapped up on the brands, you know? I'm not that brand loyal. So whichever one's buy one, get one, that's the one I'm going to get, and I'm going to buy either 2 or 4, right? So I just did a quick stop in at Publix, got a few things, spent about, I don't know, $70 or something, but at the bottom of my receipt, it says I saved $29 and something cents. Almost $30 saved because I chose the brands that were buy one, get one. How is that not winning, you guys? I am winning this week, one day, one BOGO at a time. I know some of you guys have your brands that you prefer and that you got to have that brand. I understand. I get that. When it comes to tomato soup, I only like Rao's. Rao. I don't know how you say it. Rao. I don't know how you say that. It's the only tomato soup I like. So I just wait until those are buy one, get one, and then buy those. But If you don't care about the brand, and I'm sure your favorite supermarket probably does the same thing. If you don't care too much about the brand, buy one, get one yourself, guys. BOGO yourself right into savings. I'm saved almost $30 here on one little trip. So that's how I'm winning. All right, I'll catch up with you in a little bit. I'll reach out and press record on this camera in a little bit, and I'll talk to you again about joy. Boy, talk about the joy of saving money. There's some joy for you. Well, good Wednesday morning to you. Hope you slept well. I slept like a rock last night. So I was thinking about this topic of joy I've been going on and on about all week here. Well, all week. It's only Wednesday. But I've been talking about throughout this video. Joy, joy, joy. Well, the problem is if you don't have joy in your life, how do you fix that? What do you do about it? What is there to do about it? Can anything be done about that? I think there is. There is something you can do about it. And I want to talk about a few suggestions I have if you feel like you're a joyless person or you have a joyless life. Maybe you're in a joyless relationship. Doesn't mean go out and marry somebody named Joy. That's not the solution. That's not the simple fix. Now, there isn't going to be a simple fix, but I think there's a couple things you can try. For one thing, you got to watch who you hang out with. If you hang out with joyless, life-sucking, downer, negative people, you're going to adopt that mindset, and it's going to start to take over. If all your friends are Eeyores, you're going to turn into an Eeyore. And you know the type. You might be one yourself. Always see the negative possibilities. Always focus on what can go wrong. Why an idea won't work. Why some possibilities never going to happen. Glad to be turning south. That morning sun heading east in the summertime. That'll do a number on ya. It's better in the wintertime because then it's off. The sun's off in the south. She's off playing other games down south. But man, now these days, whoo, she's right up here with us. So watch who you're hanging out with, and don't hang around with Eeyores unless you want to be one, and then you'll be a joyless person. And then the other thing is to start intentionally telling yourself, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to be positive, I'm going to be joyful, I'm going to be joyful. I'm going to look for the small little wins in life that I can celebrate, because when you celebrate and notice and start to place little mental markers on positive things that have happened, even very small ones, you're taking joy in something, even something very tiny. Once you start taking joy in the little things, you'll start to eventually take joy in all things. Another thing I think you can do, very practical, is get enough sleep, get enough rest. If you're staying up to 1 in the morning or later and getting up, going to work in the morning for a morning job, you're not getting enough sleep, which is going to cause you, it's just going to cause you to be cranky and tired. And it's hard to be joyful when you're tired. It's hard to be joyful when you're worn out and sleepy and struggling. Don't make it harder on yourself. So get enough sleep. And the last thing I guess I want to suggest here while I'm making all these unsolicited and unwanted suggestions is watch what you're putting into your mind. If you're watching a heck of a lot of depressing movies and TV shows where the endings are always ambiguously negative, you got to watch stuff that has a message of hope. You have to read books that have a message of hope. You want a good book to read? I recommend The Lord of the Rings. It is a book about hope. Believe it or not, it's a book about how being hopeful allows one to persist and continue in a situation that's hopeless. Don't watch TV shows and movies and listen to music that is dread-inducing, stuff that brings fear and loathing and joylessness. I get it. Every once in a while, somebody's in a bad mood. You want to listen to, I don't know, the Smiths. Yeah, okay, fine. For a little bit. For a little bit. But eventually you got to put on some shiny, happy music or something, you know? So that's my 3 things. Watch who you're hanging out with. Be sure you're getting enough rest to find a little bit of joy in your life, and watch what you're putting into your mind, because garbage in, garbage out, and you take in a lot of joyless media, you're going to be a joyless person. You hang around with a lot of joyless people, you're going to be a joyless person. You walk around a zombie, sleeping all the time, sleepy all the time, tired, worn out. Walk around, zombie. You're gonna be joyless. So I want you to be a joyful person. I want you to be a positive, optimistic person, and I think those 3 things will help. So I'll think about it a little bit more, see what else I come up with, and I'll talk to you in a little bit. I'm gonna go inside and have breakfast with my buddies. It's Wednesday morning, so you guys know the drill for Wednesday mornings. I'm gonna go inside and do that. And I will talk to you the next time I reach out and press record on this camera. I woke up today thinking about gratitude and how a spirit of gratitude and thankfulness can increase the amount of joy you feel on a day-to-day basis. Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome to Scott's usual trip to Publix. I forgot to buy something when I was here day before yesterday. I thought I had a ton of beef in the freezer. I have none. I got no ground beef at all, and plus I'm running out of cat food for Suzuki. So Suzuki's gonna need some cat food probably by tomorrow. Might as well get it now. Gratitude, a spirit of gratitude, a spirit of thankfulness. How can a spirit of thankfulness and gratitude improve the amount of joy that you feel? It's almost self-evident. It almost doesn't need explaining. But the fact is, when you focus on intentional gratitude, intentionally feeling thankful about the small things in your life and the big things, but anything in your life, if you practice an intentional feeling of gratitude, you're going to have a buildup of joy, because you're going to slowly accumulate the feeling that life is not that bad and you have a lot to be joyful about. You have a lot of positive things in your life that you should be feeling an emotion and a sense of bliss and enchantment about your life because of all the good things that are happening. And I guess the key takeaway here is, boy, I'm catching every light. Should I be thankful? I should be thankful that I'm catching every light, right? Yep. Let's try and fix this camera. I don't like where it's located. So focusing on intentional gratitude, intentional thankfulness, gratitude is a muscle. Your thankfulness is a muscle that you exercise and you build up inside of your day-to-day life. You have to intentionally choose to be grateful, and then the more you do it, the easier it gets. So every little thing that you come across, like me catching that second light within a quarter mile, I'll be thankful about it. I don't know what that did to help me. Maybe it prevented me from getting in a crash at that intersection right here. I don't know. But I'm going to be thankful about it, because persistent, ongoing, repetitive thankfulness, intentional gratitude, a spirit of always being thankful for what's happening, even the things that feel like they're negative, even the things that feel like they're bad happening to you, be grateful. Like, here's a whole ton of landscapers standing in the middle of the road. I'm just going to be thankful and give them a wave. Why am I thankful that my road was blocked by landscapers? I don't know. I don't really have a good reason for that, but I'm going to be thankful. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. And I don't say that sarcastically. I don't really speak sarcasm. I'm not very fluent in it. I don't know why. That's neither here nor there. We'll do a video about sarcasm someday. So I'm going to pull into Publix here, go in and get ground meat and a couple other things that I need as well. Pro tip, park as close as you can to the shopping cart corral, so that when you come out of the store and put your groceries in your car, it's very easy to do the right thing and put the cart back where it goes. Right next to the corral. Right next to the corral. It's not a big deal at all. So, I will talk to you guys again in a little bit. Tomorrow's Friday. It's actually a holiday. I only learned it yesterday. I didn't know my company gives us Friday off. It's Juneteenth. So we get the day off at my company where I work. So I got to figure out something fun and interesting to go do on my Friday so that I don't waste a holiday and find something cool to do with it. All right, joy. We're going to continue talking about joy. Maybe we'll go somewhere cool tomorrow and see if we can experience some joy. I heard about a cool park down in Boca, right on the ocean, that has apparently a brand new observation tower they've built that you can walk up and see the intercoastal waterway and the ocean. So maybe we'll get over that and check that out. That'd be pretty fun, right? All right, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I'll see you next time I reach over and push record on this camera. Well, happy Friday, end of the week. And how I'm winning is by getting out into nature. You guys know I love being outdoors, being outside. Hi. Hello. How you guys doing? That's how I win the week, and I am finished this week strong. But let's first hear from our friend Pearlman. Let's see how Glenn has been winning the week.
Well, if you're watching this, Scott, definitely winning the week. I'm sweating right through it. The woods and trails is calling to you. But get out that car and get back out to those Everglades.
Good stuff, Glenn. Appreciate you. Very good advice. This is not technically the Everglades. This is the mangroves. It's down only about a couple hundred yards from the ocean, actually. And before this was developed, this would have been a swampy mangrove area, but it still counts. It's not the Everglades, but it's the Florida mangroves, so it still counts. Good advice. And funny enough, Glenn there sent me that clip as I was on the way here. So I watched it and I was like, yeah, exactly, Glenn, good point. So be sure you check out Glenn's channel. Find him at Pearlman1. Does a lot of cool outdoor hiking and hunting, firearms, archery. A lot of really cool stuff. Check him out. So I'm gonna explore this boardwalk a little bit, and then I'm gonna go up in the, it looks like it's a 5-story tall observation tower that they've built here. Apparently that's pretty new. I learned about this place. My son sent me a picture of himself at the top of the observation tower and says, guess where I am? So once I figured it out and asked him, I knew this is somewhere I had to come check out and go for a walk and enjoy the outside. So thanks for coming along with me this week. Don't forget, I'm going to be live streaming as always on Wednesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern at this YouTube channel. You can check out the podcast, podcast.winningtheweek.org. If you want to get a mug or a sticker or something, you can go to shop.winningtheweek.org. Don't forget, it's a value for value YouTube channel. So if you got value out of this, if you're enjoying it, consider subscribing and join us on the live stream. I think you'll have a great time. Looks like I made it to the end of the boardwalk. I am here. I started way up there. Let's go check out that observation tower and let's go find some joy. And I want you to leave me a comment down below. Let me know how you found joy this week. Were you able to restore joy to your life? Are you a joyless person? What do you think is causing that? What are you going to do to change that and fix that? Did you used to have joy in your life and you want to bring it back? Or are you already a naturally joyful person? Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what we get into next week. But thanks for coming along with me all week here. I really appreciate you folks. You guys are awesome. So I will see you next time I reach out and press record on this camera. Until then, don't do anything I wouldn't do.